Dragon Ball Legends just had a huge update. We're on version 5.0.0 now. There's a whole 10-hour maintenance yesterday. I'm sure you noticed if you tried to play the game. Because this was so big and there were so many changes, I thought I'd kind of go through their breakdown of all the changes they made, kind of give some explanation to them. I've seen a lot of people asking questions about Rating Match Proud, so I thought I'd talk about that. And then there's some other things such as equipment upgrading that they changed due to legal reasons and stuff like that. So we're going to go through all of that real quick for you. Firstly, because of the maintenance, you got 200 free CC. As you can see here, just go check your item present box. They should be there, and you'll have 200 more CC. I know people wanted more, but Dragon Ball Legends does not like handing out free CC. Now let's get into Rating Match Proud, because I've seen people have a lot of questions on the mode. So I'm going to break the mode down. If you still have questions afterwards, feel free to leave them in the comments. Also, I would love to know your guys' thoughts on the game mode. Are you a fan of this? Do you think it's awful? Go back to normal. This is also a one-season thing, by the way. It'll be gone after the season, so don't worry too much if you don't like it. But let me know your thoughts if you're a fan or not, and why in the comments. But the main difference here is that this is a different set of rules for PvP. It is no longer just a one-off match, like you go into a match, find an opponent, fight him once, move on, find someone new. No, now this is a best of 3. Your goal is to win 2 matches out of the 3 given. You can either win the first 2 and avoid going to the 3rd and final, or maybe you split 1-1 and then it's that final 3rd match for all the glory, for all the pride in this rating match. When you load in, you're going to see a screen like this. Your team is going to be on the right, their team is going to be on the left. This is where team building becomes very different than normal PvP. In normal PvP, you can slap a team of 3 good units and then 3 bench units who are never going to see the light of day, but normally they have Zenkai buffs or good Z abilities that buff those 3 main units you're bringing and make those 3 main units the best they can be. That doesn't work in Rating Match because you have to bring all 6 units into the matches. The first match, you can pick any 3 units you want. So using this team as an example, say ours is the one on the right, as I said. Say for the first match, we just bring the top 3, the Goku, the Shenron, and the Gohan. We bring those 3 into battle for our first match. We win, we lose, whatever. The second match now, I have to bring the bottom 3. I have to bring Frieza, Bardock, and Piccolo because I already used the top 3 in the first round. So a little bit of strategy there and kind of guessing who your opponent's going to bring, but mainly you probably just want to bring your best 3 into that first round and hope you catch a dub that way. Then let's say I won the first match, they won the second match. We're moving on to the third match. We both agree to fight it. You can choose to not fight it. You can just say, hey, I'll cut here. We'll stop fighting here. 1-1. I believe you get 70 RP from it. But say you move on, then you pick 2 units from one of your teams and 1 from the other, which is why it's a benefit to have at least 4 good units. You want to have 6, though, and that way you can just win the first 2 rounds, and then you don't even have to bother with fighting the third. Save yourself the time of going through the extra battle. Just win the first 2 with having 6 good units, and then move on. And that's really it. Rating Match Proud is not too difficult of a concept to understand. Hopefully this explains it. Again, this does change up how PvP and team building goes, since you kind of want to have 6 good units and then have 6 units with strong equips too, which is a little more of a tall task. If I go to the team I've been using in Rating Match Proud, it's a Fusion Warrior team, as I use a Fusion main. I don't necessarily have the optimal equipped on my people right now, because I'm not used to running 6 full units in PvP, so I didn't bother to farm enough equips to run 6 units at max equips in PvP. I'm used to running 3. And because of this change, though, because it forces you to kind of run 3, I could definitely see them making Rating Match Proud happen more often, because it's going to force you to summon more if you need more good units on your team than having 3 good ones and then 3 older bench ones. So I definitely could see them doing it from a money business standpoint. Whether they will or not, who knows? Also in PvP, they now added back RP from the first treasure chest opened in Treasure Battle. They'd taken that away, but it seems they've added it back after everyone complained. One interesting change here is that the Rating Match first win RP, so like when you get that bonus, I think it's 200 RP you get for getting your first win of the day. You can only get that now from BR 169. When you hit BR 70, you will no longer get that. I think it's just kind of cut down on how high people can climb ahead in the rankings, and they kind of want to make it closer. It really seems like they're trying to make this game not so competitive. Like they're trying to really draw back on the competitiveness of this game and make it so people have more of a chance to rank higher that maybe they wouldn't compared to, you know, how things have been in the past. And then also they changed good skill, good party, and good game messages into just praise points. You can no longer pick when you send a message at the end of a match. You just send the message and it sends them a praise point. That's all it is. You can still send them a message like, you know, one of the messages that you're not a fan of what they're doing, but otherwise you can no longer send good skill or good party when, you know, someone's being a lagger or something and you're not happy with. Another big one I wanted to get to here, we'll jump back a second, but you can see here it says, due to legal changes in certain regions, chrono crystals can no longer be used to upgrade equipment, and thus secure upgrading has also been removed. You can still guarantee upgrade, but no longer the secure upgrade, which was the kind of step in between normal and the guaranteed, where like if it goes down, you won't go down, but if it goes up, it goes up. But it's not guaranteed to go up like the guaranteed. If you're wondering why they did this, I mean, it says right there, due to legal changes. It's because some countries don't want the gambling aspect, that spending chrono crystals, you can buy chrono crystals with real money, real currency. And so that's kind of gambling. Like, yes, you cannot win any money from it like you would at, say, a casino when you're gambling. You put money in to try and win even more money. This isn't exactly the same there, but you are gambling to try and get a better equipment. In that case, a better roll on the equipment. And a lot of countries are trying to push that out of like games because kids play games and kids can't really, like a 10-year-old can't really walk into the casino and sit down and play roulette, but they can play Dragon Ball Legends, even though technically I guess you're supposed to be 13. Anyway, though, you know, that's what they're trying to get rid of, so that's why they've gotten rid of it. Doesn't really affect most people. I don't think most people used CC to upgrade equipments. You shouldn't unless you're really a content creator. Who wants to get those videos out like real quick, like a Goresh or a Dugo, you know, someone like that who's pushing to have the very best team, 14 stars, godly equip, everything maxed out to the brim for their content. As it says here, information for campaigns like the Super Boost campaign and the equipment upgrade bonanzas is now displayed in the recommended content list. If you're wondering how you see that, if you go to the home page here, you can click on this and it shows you recommended content. You click campaigns now. And this tells you the runtime for everything. You can see the end times up there. You know, Zenny up for event story. It ends on March 13th. Training time, March 13th. Everything here right now ends on the 13th. Most things are going to end on the same dates. The equipment ends is probably different, but most of these things are like stuff that run for whole campaigns, which are in the Cell Saga campaign, stuff like that. So this is just kind of nice. It helps you know the date you have to kind of get things done if you're trying to maximize, you know, the training or the Zenny up, whatever it is. Helps you know when you have to do it by, what the deadline is. Also for PvE now, you can see the advantageous element. Before, when it was just a yellow unit, you'd see the red, but now they've added in, you can see here the reverse purple. If we just go to one real quickly here, just to give you a brief demonstration of it actually in practice, we'll just click on this, You can see here what elements are advantageous. We have the normal blue, purple, yellow, but now we have the reverse yellow, the reverse blue, and the reverse green. If you see those arrows, it just means the reverse of that color, which is for like the tag units. Then we have things such as like if you hold down on the icon of certain items for souls or art seeds, it'll show you where you can get them. Something that's just nice. They adjusted the animation for the daily mission completion rewards, so it's shorter now. Super nice way to not have to watch that whole thing. Then, due to legal changes, it says here, the details screen for summon tickets will now display the Z power list for corresponding summon. I do believe they didn't show the Z power list during, like, for ticket summons. They only did it for the summons that you, like, spend CC on. But now they've changed it to all, so it has the ticket summons there too. New links with Facebook accounts have been discontinued in the save data transfer settings. So you can't use Facebook anymore. You're going to have to use one of the other options that they offer. And then this one's kind of annoying, but due to the update of like PvP and stuff, any previous replays for PvP or tournament power battle logs, you can no longer view them. But unfortunately, all of those are gone if you had them saved, it seems, which is a bit sad. But, you know, I don't think most people kind of went back and rewatched something that was, you know, that old for the most part. And then there was a bug fix. If Awakening Z power for character rank 7 is received as a freebie from a summon, there was a soft lock that may occur when the results animation are continuously skipped. They fixed that. And then I mentioned this the other day in my TikTok, but the suspension of service for iOS versions below iOS 12. If you have an iPhone 6 or older, that means 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anything older than 6. If it's newer than 6, like a 7 or above, you're fine. Older than iPhone 6, you cannot update to iOS 13. From when I Googled it, I wanted to see what iPhones would be afflicted. The iPhone 6 is now, I believe, 10 years old. So if you have an iPhone 6 or older, then you're going to have to get a new phone in order to continue playing Dragon Ball Legends, or you're gonna have to try and play it on your PC using like an emulator. I believe BlueStacks is one you can use. But yes, if you have an iPhone that is after iPhone 6, and for some reason you just have not been updating your iOS past iOS 12, you do have to upgrade your iOS, update it beyond iOS 12. I don't know why you wouldn't be. Maybe you just liked iOS 12 a whole lot, but you should be updating it if you want to continue playing the game, which at least you don't have to get a new phone if you have like an iPhone 7, even 6S. I believe 6S also is one you can keep using. Just the normal 6 is the one that doesn't work, and I think the 6 Plus. The 6 and the 6 Plus don't work. The 6S does allow you to get iOS 13. So, yep, that's basically it for the news. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. I hope this broke down and kind of explained everything that changed in their big maintenance, because this was a really big one. And let me know your thoughts. Do you enjoy the changes? Do you like the new Radiant Match Proud? Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. But that's going to do it for me. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow.